Nilqawkom lura l-Sajf Flimien mi għaj Audrey naturalment ufsa u koll mal-mistidna li għanna Monique Chambers. Welcome, Monique.
Thank you.
A restless soul, that's how I know you, Monique.
Yes.
I'm right, yes? You're involved in many
yes.
different things and that tickle your interest, of course, that tickle your fancy. But this is something which is relatively new now, right?
And different.
And different, yes.
Yes, no, it started just at the end of April. We had a visit with the Rotary Club of Malta to the National Library.
Okay.
And we were shown round and given a talk, shown books and documents that you just can't imagine.
We were just actually talking to
Nostradamus, there's letters from every king and queen, there's the most beautiful illustrated manuscripts, but they're dying. They are slowly dying. Bookworm, humidity, dust, age, just in general. Most of the books have been in situ for 200 years and never been moved.
Never been moved?
Never been moved.
That's, in fact, we were talking to the librarian, Oliver Mamo, and his deputy as well, Joanne, earlier on. And we were actually trying to see, first of all, what the National Library is all about and what the role of the librarian is. But now we're talking about something specific here. So this was a purely incidental visit.
Absolutely.
One of their promotional visits was actually to get people through and to see what the library looks like.
Yes. Yes, and we were sort of shown round, and I came up with the idea that we should adopt a book, myself and my partner. Found a book with our name on it, essentially, and urged the library to help us adopt this book so that we could restore and preserve this book.
It's an interesting initiative.
But then it grew. It grew to...
So what does it really involve? Yes.
New Leaf, we're all about actually preserving the books at the National Library and promoting the love of books. So we have a few initiatives. One of them is storytelling. Yeah. So we do storytelling for children at the Central Public Library in Floriana. We did that for 8 weeks through the beginning of the summer, and we're starting again after the summer when schools go back to school. And we had various celebrities and other people speaking Maltese one week and English the other, reading books to children to get them to love books.
Yeah, because by the looks of it, many children will not really know what a book looks like unless it's in a library or in a museum, eventually.
And what ages of children are we talking about?
We advertised it at age 7, but obviously most 7-year-olds have brothers and sisters at smaller ages. So they were coming, and we did an 8-week campaign where most of the children came every week. So we had 30 to 35 children every week coming and hearing people, animating stories, bringing them to life, and hopefully making these children...
Fascinating for adults as well, isn't it?
Yes, no, absolutely. We were enthralled.
I'm sure you could do something for a more adult audience. Okay. Not animation, but... You can see a toddler here and walking through.
Sweet pictures.
So this is something which... Okay. So this is all part of the New Leaf initiative?
Yes.
So in this case, it's more of creating awareness for kids and appreciation of what the book is all about.
Yes, because essentially the other side of New Leaf, the preservation aspect, most of us won't be here by the time the job is finished, and we need people to carry on our job.
Right.
So if we can teach children to love books, hopefully they'll continue our work and continue to appreciate books. Electronic reading is great fun, but
not as much
as a real book.
The feel and the feel and even the smell of a book. I love
absolutely.
And the pages.
So there you're seeing this is a very interactive session as well, from what we can see here.
Yes, it's not just people coming along and telling stories. They're actually involving the children, asking them questions. This is Pierre Meylat, who's a very well-respected Maltese author. You can see how much fun he's having, let alone how much the children are having.
That's true. So any forthcoming activities that we can look ahead to?
Yes, well, currently we're doing book cleaning and digitisation at the National Library. So every Wednesday we have a team of between 9 and 10 volunteers come every week and literally dust, hoover, wax, assess the condition of books. We have the team split into 2. After the summer we're going to be upping the ante, and we'll be open for more volunteers to be able to come along any day of the week between the...
Will any training be provided?
Yes, no, we do. At the moment we're sort of doing a test bed. So all the volunteers we have we're ironing out the processes, making sure that we're using iPads, in fact, to fill in our forms. We just raised some money to purchase some specialist vacuum cleaners so that we can vacuum the books.
Right. And so this is something what we're seeing here.
Yes, it is a lot of
Ninja
fun,
Turtles,
actually.
there are...
Yes, that's actually more for our protection than the...
about the books.
But, lots of them, the spines are falling off, the covers are falling off, so we, very delicately taking them apart, assessing their condition for bookworm and mould and mildew, any tears, any evidence of any other bugs that have lived there, and also any evidence of damage that has been caused by their position within the library, which gives us the opportunity to be able to remedy any problems like water leakage, mould, etc., within the bookshelves as well. Bear in mind, most of these books won't have been moved for 200 years.
Wow. Okay. This has grown dramatically since May, hasn't it?
Yes.
I mean, way beyond the expectations, I'm sure.
Well, we have a very aggressive board, and we've had a lot of support from the media. We have a Facebook campaign going on, we have a lot of likes, and also an active web presence and email presence. We're trying to recruit volunteers and also members so that we can help fund some of the equipment that we need.
Right.
We've just been given another donation, in fact, by Rotary Club of Malta, to be able to buy a specialist suction table, which enables the books to be removed of mould. I don't know.
Right, okay.
So it's a
demoulded.
Demoulded. Yes.
Demoulded. We may have invented a word.
And obviously we're looking for more funds and more volunteers to be able to do more and more work.
I see. So anyone viewing today, what would one do?
Can either go onto the Facebook page, it's New Leaf Malta, or there's our website, which is www.newleaf.org.mt.
Okay.
So.
And anyone interested in doing what you've done, like such as adopting a book, how does that work?
If they contact us again, they will identify a book for them with the help of the National Library team. They're the experts.
Right.
And it could be a book from somebody with your family's surname.
Right.
It could be a book about wine. It could be a book about, old-fashioned type of things. There's obviously every subject covers. There's 750,000 books at the National Library.
Wow.
So we'll find one for you.
Population,
we'll find one for you to adopt. But we're not stopping just at Malta. We're looking to the international communities. If you imagine, most of the books are in French.
Right.
The next highest population is Italian. So we're going to those communities, obviously the communities of the noble families of the knights, because the majority of the books were left by the knights.
Of course.
And then to companies to adopt books as their corporate social responsibility program. So we've had some success there.
Because we have to say that this will be quite a costly exercise.
Yes, but predominantly we actually need people. We need hands.
Okay.
Without, to raise money for equipment is great, but without people to run the equipment,
of course.
It's almost a wasted exercise. So we're slowly buying the equipment and training the people. And we've just completed one set of equipment, one set of people. Now we'll start with the next
This
set.
seems like to be a celebration of your relationship with books, isn't it?
Yes.
It must be something which you can see the passion in your eyes. I mean, I know that whatever you get involved in, you do so fully. But in this case, it seems
if you go, personally, go and see the library and tell me your heartstrings aren't
You're
tugged.
bound to get infected by it.
Absolutely will want to volunteer.
That is interesting because
that's a different hobby.
That's for sure.
That's what I call a different one.
It would be. And then as Joanne and Oliver were saying, they're doing their best to actually cause some traffic to go through the halls to be able to appreciate what we have there as heritage. I see. Can I ask you what book you intended to, or if there's any one book you'd like to adopt yourself?
There are too many to choose from. When you see them, and in fact last week I touched Nostradamus.
You did,
and it was just actually an incredible experience.
Can you imagine that?
It was like that. Just turned a page, but it's amazing. And to see the illuminated manuscripts, to see some of the letters from Queen Catherine the Great. History lessons are sort of pale into insignificance until you walk in that door and see it living.
It's history right there before your eyes, isn't it?
On our doorstep.
So this is New Leaf. New Leaf is this initiative that you're spearheading.
Yes.
Good. So we can find you on Facebook, and the website was?
www.newleaf.org.mt.
Okay, we can see there the email that's right on our screens there. Monique, I really thank you very much for coming. Thank you very much for the initiative.
Thank you for being with us.
Maltese, so we appreciate that even
She's
more.
becoming Maltese.
Yes, yes, slowly she'll become that. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Monique.
Thanks for being with us.
Naħseb li ma tkunx irħisa, vera ma naħseb il-prestiġu li jkollok ktieb għad-dottor.
Mhux hekk dejjem ma tista' għandek iċ-ċans tagħżel is-suġġett li jinteressa lilek.
Mhux hekk, vera xi ħaġa tal-invitat idea tajba. Mela, aħna għandna